Okay, so I just wanted to talk a little bit before I show you what I actually bought and get onto the really exciting news. And trust me, this is exciting. I am so excited about it. Anyway, this weekend was my very first time at the BTS. Never been there before, and it was absolutely fantastic. We stayed all weekend. That was maybe a bit of a mistake. We stayed over on Friday night at the Holiday Inn with all the other YouTubers and the Spider Shop and all that, and we went out for a meal with them, and it was absolutely fantastic. Had a really good time, but I'm sure all the other YouTubers will sort of be telling you it's sort of a similar story, so I don't want to sort of rain on their parade or sort of step on their toes and telling you anything that went on. We sat with Mark's Tarantulas, Mark from and his wife, and what a nice guy, so lovely. His wife's so lovely. Oh, you're very welcome, Peter. You've got a really nice channel, so I'm not sure why this chat's not working. Let me just refresh this. It might be showing me the wrong thing. Let me sure why it's not working. I wonder if it's come up with a different thing, so I'll just grab the link from here. I think it's because the links change kind of slightly, because I had to change another key, so just bear with me a second and I'll just pop that in there. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we had a fantastic night on Saturday night. Had a lot to drink, so it was a bit worse for wear on Sunday morning. I know a lot of people were going on onto the show really early on the Sunday morning, but because we weren't there, or I wasn't there for anything sort of really exotic, then we didn't kind of feel the need to sort of be there 3 hours early to kind of stand around in the sun and all the rain or whatever the weather was going to be like that day, and get wet. So we kind of rolled up at about 11:05, just as everybody else was walking in, which was absolutely brilliant. We got parked pretty near the front. Couldn't really understand what was going on with the parking, because they seemed to start right at one end, but even though we were sort of quite late in, we were right near the front. So I don't know whether they was making people park in another place so I'm not really sure what was going on there. Went in and it was so busy. I completely take your point, Peter, about what you were saying in your stream about struggling with people with sort of disabilities and wheelchairs and things. Personally, what my thought might have been would be that they let people in with wheelchairs and sort of access disabilities a little bit earlier. Maybe open it 15 minutes or half an hour before they let sort of the rest of the population in, just to let them get a chance, not necessarily to buy anything, but to be able to let them have a look and see let everybody have a look and see what was there. So yeah, I completely take your point on that. It was really difficult for that kind of disability. So we had a quick wander around to see sort of what was going on, and picked up what we wanted to kind of pick up. I was a bit surprised to get there, because as I say, we'd not been there before, and sort of it was called an exhibition centre, where it was kind of like a farm. That's I mean, it was a huge area. The parking was absolutely brilliant. And just excuse me while I sort of pour myself a drink, because my throat's getting dry. And where have I put it? No, it's down here. And And then so we sort of took stock, had a wander around to see the kind of things we wanted, to see what stalls kind of I wanted to go. I found it quite difficult because of the amount of people to see what the kind of stands were, and I'm not sure to this point where Spiders World EU was, because I'm pretty sure everything was on one floor. So I'm not sure where they were. I also understand there were really bad problems with cash points all day. I think there was a cash point there all day, and yeah, it didn't seem as if either it worked or it didn't have any money in. So that was sort of a kind of difficulty. So I would certainly say for next year, make sure you sort of go at the bank before you sort of get there, or if you're going to buy, make sure that you sort of are able to use a card or PayPal or something like that, because there are lots of apps where you can sort of use PayPal, and I know a lot of the shops, like the Spider Shop, I don't know about the others, take PayPal, but I'm presuming they do. So that might be something like an option that you can either arrange in advance or something like that. So yeah, they had a restaurant, I believe, upstairs. We didn't go up to that restaurant, but I think it was hot food. I think we had just a drink at the bar that was at the back. Now we went there quite late, because what we wanted to do was we had a look round. I got the things that I particularly wanted, which I'll show you in a minute. And we sort of had a sit back, kind of took stock of what was going on, and let people kind of dissipate, because a lot of people were sort of getting what they wanted and then just going. And then we had a chance to have a really good look round, albeit a lot of the stuff had gone, because there was some stuff that I'd seen when I was coming in, and I don't kind of remember who was selling what. So what I think would be a good idea for maybe next year is, they know who the exhibitors are, ask them to provide contact details and the kind of things that they sell, so that you can pick one of those up, the same as you would with any other show. I mean, we've been to Crufts, we've been to sort of we went to a classic car show earlier this year, we've been to sort of quite a few things like that. And they usually give you a thing with a list of people who's there, and the website addresses or the contact details and the kind of things that they sell. So it would have been useful to have that, to look at it and think, right, well, I wanted to get some broadleaves and that kind of thing. I wanted to get some sort of beech leaves, oak leaves, because I'm looking at setting up a bioactive setup, so that would have been really good. But yeah, so that was the kind of thing that I was sort of disappointed with. I'm just gonna have a quick scroll through the comments and just see if there's anything that you particularly like. Question to me, if you can put my name at the front, and then I'll highlight and I'll be able to see it a little bit better. But yeah, so the comments about the cash pods, I think it was you who mentioned it to me first, Sidex. So yeah, but that was what I was surprised at, because we saw a massive queue of people, but we didn't know what they were queuing for. At first I thought it was something to do with the lectures, which brings me on to the point that I know they talk about lectures, don't know where they were. So even if there was the opportunity to sort of go and see them, that don't know where those lectures were, because that wasn't really very well advertised. In the same way that you couldn't really see where people were exhibiting, where people were taking the tarantulas to be judged. So I'm not sure where that was going on either, unless it was, I can only presume it was in a separate building, but I'm not sure, because there weren't signposts. Yeah, I suppose there were quite sort of a lot of good deals. I did manage to pick up sort of one enclosure. The other one, the one that I want, the large one, I'm just going to order from Custom Aquaria. I'm just going to give them a ring and sort of arrange that with them. But they said that they didn't sort of really have a separate show price. They just whatever they do, they do. So yeah. So yeah, about having a map of the sellers. Yeah, it was great. It would be interesting to see the seas. I saw the videos of it, and it does look really, really big. Whether it's bigger than the BTS, I'm not sure. But do they sell? Is that just tarantulas and arachnids, or is that all kinds of things like reptiles and snakes and all kinds of stuff like that? But yeah, having a map of the sellers with links to the website or the Facebook pages or something like that would have been absolutely fantastic. So let's have a look. I'm sure this is probably what you're waiting to see is what I've bought. So I did get the two things that I really wanted. They were a lot harder to find. Well, the female LP was a lot harder to find than I actually expected. I thought, oh, they have 2,000 babies, there'll be loads of them. Loads of slings, but not loads of the actual any females, until I saw, no, I'm trying to think, it was a Hungarian stand, and they had a Macchiale, oh no, what was it called? I can't remember the name. I'll have to find the name of the actual seller, but it was, I think that they're very well renowned, but they're from Hungary. So this is what I got. So I'm trying to keep them sort of covered because I don't want to stress them out, and it's really bright in here. So let me just, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tilt my I should have really had a tripod. I'm just going to tilt that down. Oh no. How am I going to do this? Right, so if I tilt that there and I move that forward there, and then hopefully I should be able to give you a good look. So, oh, I've just covered them with a piece of cat. So, that, can you see, that is my, I've finally managed to get a sort of salmon pink female. It's as yet unnamed, so please send me details of names. I'm going to leave her in here. I'm going to stick, I've put some water in already, and she's been trying to dig a bit, but I haven't got an enclosure for her sort of yet. So so that was what I got there. So that was the one thing really that I was looking for. She's really stressed, and when I got her she was very bald, so I think I really need to sort of get her to get it into something. So that's why I'm kind of keeping her in the dark. But they also had this, which is what I was really surprised to get, because these seem to be like Rocky Horse poo at the minute. And I'll just put her in there. She's flicking away like a good one. So we also managed to get a female. Oh, the light. Let me try and tilt that up a little bit. So a female Brachypelma auratum. I do have already an auratum, but it's male, I think. I'm pretty sure it's male. So she's just lovely, and see, she was £40, but I think they're quite hard to come by. So, but they seem to have a lot. So I was quite keen to get her, as you can see. So that was from Masilasi Spiders in Hungary. So let me just put this in here. Right. So next, now I'm not sure who this was from, but I've fed these already, so to kind of keep them busy, but I'm not sure whether I'll be able to sort of get the lid off and show you without them sort of running amok. I'll try and see if I can turn it round. Unfortunately, the label's right in the middle. Let me see if I can take it off and put it on the side. Oh, no, I don't want to freak it out. I think what I might have to do is put clear labels on there. But anyway, Let me see if I can. Oh, she's had it. Oh, she's buried down the side. I don't know where the. Oh, it's buried down the side. So, can you see just there? So that is a Tarantula Sasmi, and I paid £2 for that. £2. So I got 2, like you do. And that was from the stand that was, if you were there, it was in the corner, and they had loads of them. Now this one's also buried, I do believe. Oh yeah, kind of there. Not quite as big as the other one, but I think it's got a bit of growing to do. So I've just killed a mealworm and stuck it in there, so I can nominate it at its leisure. So there, that was that. From the same person, or the same seller, again, I can't remember what they were called, but I believe they were Polish. I managed to get 2 Thrixopelma Curtis. So they're a little bit bigger, and they're actually nomming on the, can you see, nomming on the mealworms that I've dropped in. So I do have a couple of Thrixopelma lagunas, but I didn't have any of these, and these looked really nice. I wish you'd focus. Focus. Can you see that? From Cortana. Yeah, that's quite cool. Oh, the lectures. Oh, right. Oh, the lectures that were hidden in the corners. So they were among the general populace, because they wouldn't have been able to hear very well. So again, £2, and they're both eating well. So you can see that one's nomming as well. So yeah, £2 each. So yeah, so that was them. I also got, which was one of the things on my list, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see it because it was quite buried. Now these are the ones where I do know where I got them from. So this one, I'll show you this one, my biggest. Now I don't know whether, and I'm just going to stick the thing up so you can see it. If so, this is a, can you see? Focus. A Cocciina brunipes. Now I have fed her, and I think, yeah, she's hidden under here. So, toes, can you see she's, oh, do you know, I hate it when these are kind of back to front. She's under there. So she's quite shy. So I'll get her rehoused in something. As I say, I've got a load of containers coming because I was expecting the guy who normally does the really useful boxes to be there, but somehow this time he wasn't. So yeah, so that's there. So I paid £23 for that. So that's a brilliant Brazilian dwarf pink leg, Cocciina brunipes. If you know how to pronounce it, then please let me know. So that was from So Many Legs. Oh. Next up, right now, I'm only going to show you part of what I've got from these. Let me just take that off. So the next one that I got, I've only done part of this because the other one's in another video, and I got a mystery box from Portsmouth Tarantulas. So if you're not sure who Portsmouth Tarantulas are, I'll just stick the icon up there. And I got, let's say, the mystery box, and I also got 2 Dicleoth. Oh no, I don't know whether you can, because they're right up at the top. Oh, God, it's like working backwards. I don't know which way to turn it. Oh, is it just jumped down? So I'll get the label for it. I'm going to do a rehousing video when I get the enclosures. So I don't know whether you can actually see that, but that is a Dicleotheli excellis. And that they were £4. Oh, there it is. It's sort of coming up to the side to say hello. There we go. So they were £4 each. So I got 2 of them. So I like to buy, I don't know about you, but I like to buy them in pairs. Just because I think it sort of gives you a bit of extra chance to get a male. And then this is the other one. So they're both a fairly decent size. So that one again is hovering around. There, it's a sort of a better shot. You can see it's hovering around the top, but it's fairly decent size. So yeah, so they should be really nice. And as I say, I'll show you the mystery box in another video. And then from the spider shop, I love these. I wanted to get a few more things, but I wanted to get some flower beetles and stuff like that, but I couldn't, so I got these. So these are the start of my bioactive setup. So you can see that they're having a cup. I've got 4 millipedes, and they were £5 each from the spider shop. Let me just change that over so you can see. So if you're looking for them on Facebook, or I mean, I'm sure most people will know who they are, but if there's anybody who's sort of doesn't know how to find them, then there's the details up there. So I got them. I'm gonna have to get them out because gorgeous. They are adorable. So when I brought them home, my daughter was kind of convinced that that millipedes were baby centipedes, and I was like, oh, they're not, because I was terrified of centipedes. But anyway, so look at them, aren't they adorable? So how cute is that? Is that just the cutest thing? So I got 2 rainbow, so I think they'll get a fair bit bigger than that. And so just put that gently back in the enclosure, but they're lovely. And then this one is, I'm not sure what this one is. I mean, come on, come and see me. We're going to come for a walk. There we go. Come on, stop trying to eat my finger. It's got really sticky legs. Come on. Oh. So yeah, so that's gonna have a try. So that's, I don't know whether that's called an albino, but so I got 2 of them as well. I can feel it. It's this one, obviously the wood, and I can feel it's trying to sort of like as if it thinks my fingers wood, so it's kind of trying to nibble it. So I'll put that one back in there. It's like having a cow suck on your thumb. Do you know if you've ever been to the farm when you sort of when you're little, and the cow sucks your thumb? It's like that. It's lovely. So yeah, there's one hidden. It might be under this stone, but yeah. So I'll get them rehoused. So I've got a sort of fair size enclosure, but I do want some flower beetles and that kind of things to go in there. I don't want to squish you. Go on. I'll get you one. Yeah. Oh, you see you being silly. Yeah, now get down there. Go on, get down. You're supposed to go under it, not on top of it. Go on. That way. That way. They're very curious. So they're really sweet. So, oh, no, you can't come up. There we go. Right, okay, you're in. So, now, this is the exciting bit. So, I've got 5 more tarantulas. So, let me show you what I've got. So, these are all from the spider shop. So, there's a, and they're really tiny. There's a Brazilian. There's a Brazilian black and white Nandu colorato velocis. So I don't know whether you can see it. That's just there. Can you see that there? Okay, so that's one. The next one is an Acanthoscaria geniculata, and I don't know whether you can see that, having a little wander about there. So I'll drop them a maimed mealworm in, chopped up mealworm in as well, with all of these. So next up is a Brachypelma hamori. Now that one, I think it's had a little bit of a bury, so it is in there. I'm just not sure where. I have seen it, so but it's around there somewhere. So it's definitely in. Is it the ivory? Or the I can't remember. It might be, yeah, it could be ivory. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Don't feed them tomatoes because it'll kill them. Oh no. So I've got some bug gel that I feed to my cockroaches because I don't like having the smell of the sort of rotten fruit and that stuff about. So I'm going to feed them on that. So that's probably. So I've got a Brachypelma albiceps, which is the golden red rump, and that is there. Can you see that there? And finally, I have another Teriopelma sasmi, and I think you can see that there. Now, so put all them there. So we'll just go through them again. So there's a Teriopelma sasmi, the Sasmi's tarantula. There's a Brachypelma hamori, which is Mexican red knee. There's a Brachypelma albiceps, which is the golden red rump. There is a Nandu colorato villosus, and there is an Acanthoscaria geniculata. Now, out of these ones, the ones I haven't got already are Brachypelma albiceps. Oh, that way. Brachypelma albiceps. I've got a hamori. I've just got the sesame. I don't have a Colorado villosus, and I don't have. Oh no, I do have a geniculata. But these aren't for me. These are for the 250 giveaway. So one person, so this is why I'm saying if you like tarantulas, you need to see this. So these 5 are going to go to one person for the giveaway, and they were provided courtesy of the Spider Shop. So thank you to the Spider Shop, but as I say, how about that for a giveaway? So I'll put them all back in there, and I'll give them a feed later on tonight and put some water in. So yeah, so if you want to win these, all 5 of them, all you have to do, I'm gonna do when I do my rehousing video, which will probably be sometime next week, is on that video, and I'll put more on about it so that people don't miss out. Is to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and put a comment in the channel, and I'll tell you at that point what you need to put, just so that the let me just get this right, just so that the software that I use to pick the winner will be able to identify you. Now what you have to do, and this is something that I didn't realise, you need to make sure that your subscriptions are public, because if they're not, then you the software or the web page doesn't know that you've subscribed, so it won't enter you. So it's really important to make sure that your subscribers are public for when that draw is taking place. Now, I'll give plenty of notice when the draw is going to be taking place. As I say, I'm going to rehouse everything once I get all the enclosures, and I'll that'll include the probably include the Portsmouth ones, the mystery box, which, as I say, I've already opened that. So, but I've videoed it, so that'll come out later. But so I'm sure you're lovely, Don. So, but yeah, as I say, I won't be picking it. It'll be done automated through. I can't remember what software I used last time for the 100 one, but yeah, I didn't realise that if you don't have your subscribers public, that if you enter any, and this is not just mine, any giveaway where subscribers where these use the software to pick the winner, if your subscribers aren't visible, it doesn't know you've subscribed, so it won't it won't include you. So keep a lookout for my Instagram. So my Instagram is Tarantula_tales, and the same for my Twitter. So my Twitter is Tarantula Tales, but I'll put links in the video underneath once that we've finished, once this sort of stream's finished. So yeah, so you'll have I think, as I say, it'll be sometime that, if it's not this week, because obviously this weekend's a bank it's a bank holiday, so it'll probably, the videos will go up. The videos might go up and the draw might go live this week, but the actual draw won't take place until next week. It depends on how much time I've got, because I've only got a few days and we're going away for the bank holiday weekend, so I need to sort of just make sure that they're sort of watered and the health takes priority. So because obviously we picked them up at the show, it's not like when you get them unboxed, when you're unboxing them from when they've come through the post and they are in wrapped in paper and stuff like that. They're all in substrate, as you've seen, so they're perfectly happy in the containers that they're in. So I don't think there's anything I don't think there's going to be anything spoiling by leaving them where they are and just sort of feeding them and water them in there. So what are your thoughts? I'm excited. I think I might have to enter myself, because I'd really like a Colorado Velocis and Albiceps, because I haven't got those. So yeah, so that's kind of everything that I wanted to share with you. I just wondered if there was if you've got any comments, or if you want to tell me about your experiences at the BTS, or if you don't have a channel and you're not going to share, would you like to share what you bought or what you were really excited about, and what you think thoughts are, because the dates have been announced for next year. So next year it will be the 19th of May in the same place as it was this year, and I will definitely be going. What we probably won't be doing is staying over the night. Oh, we'll be staying the night before, but not the night after, because we were thinking, well, really, my husband lost a day's work when he needed a bean, because it seemed to be all over by sort of 4 o'clock. So it's all about the night before, where the sort of the kind of fun is from that. So everybody should enter. That, as I say, 5 tarantulas to 1 person is yeah. I was sort of overwhelmed. I was going to do 2, and they sort of said, yeah, just have these. so that's why I'm doing the 5. So yeah, so it was at the Warwick Event Centre, and the pre-show meeting was at the Holiday Inn the Holiday Inn in Leamington Spa. So that's where sort of people were going. It was really nice to catch up with and have a chat with Petco and Tarantula Dan, and so if as I say, from what I've seen from comments of other people on the day, that it was really sort of difficult sort of trying to sort of have a word with them because of everything going on during the day. It was a lot easier the night before, so yeah. So Millipede House, I don't know. So how were you doing for Millipedes? Did you actually go? Were you able to pick anything up? Peter, I've watched your video and to see what you got. Sidex, I'm still excited. I'm still waiting for yours, I believe. I don't think yours has been uploaded. So let me just have a look through the yeah, I don't blame you. Maybe have a word with the organisers and see what they're going to do about whether they are going to do anything about accessibility. It's sort of they can only it's worth asking. Yeah, as I say, we're definitely going next year. We're just waiting sort of for the hotel bookings to become available before. So as soon as it becomes available, we'll book. But yeah, hopefully I'll have made a bit more space by then. So I do have some things that sort of are out of my own collection that I'm sort of not going to keep. I've got a couple that I'm probably planning on selling. There's probably a couple that are going to turn out to be male. And I've got quite a lot of things now that I've never really shown on video that are sort of getting to the point where they are taking live food, so they are more interesting to watch. So I'm planning to sort of do a full, I'm not sure when, but do a full collection. So I think this takes me to, let me think, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's adding another 14, so that's 58 I'm up to now. But as I say, some of them I'm not going to keep. Yeah, it's the editing that takes all of the time. Oh, you got it, Carol. So you got a African snail. There were lots of. I was surprised at how many snails there were. 3 babies. Oh, right. Okay, so that's what I think. The fire that I've got. I never saw any bumblebees, but I didn't go till the very end. I didn't have a look at them till the very end, and I know that when I sort of went to get them, they said that they should all be the same size because they were all going in. But so I'm not. As I say, I really need to sort of do a lot of research on sort of millipedes and see what I need to do. But I'd really like some quite. I really like some sort of beetles and the more decorative isopods. I've got sort of the tropical isopods and the sort of the white ones and stuff like that. So, oh, giant African millipede. Oh, sorry. Yeah. How do they work? Do you keep them in a communal, or do you? So have you got a mixture of sizes? Because that's what I wasn't sure about. I wasn't sure about when she said you have to have them all the similar size, of how that would work when you have babies and things like that. You'll get there, Peter. Don't worry. As I say, your videos are sort of really good. Anyway, I felt so sorry for you when I saw that. About the trouble that you had sort of with your sort of sight, because my granddad was blind, so I understand how difficult it can be. So Sidex, you went over from 11 to over 30, and how long have you been collecting? Do you know what? I think collection sounds like such a bad, it sounds such an awful word, but it makes them sound like objects when really they're not. They're sort of pets, but you know what I mean. I think I said in my previous video, I've got a limit, but it's never, my limit doesn't have a set number. I do have a limit, but I haven't put a number on it. All right. So you do have, right, okay. Did he kill them or something, or what's the reason for it? Because what happens when you have babies? Do you have to separate your babies and stuff like that? I'd be really interested to know that. And how do you know whether you've got a male or a female? How does kind of that work? Because I'm not sure about that. But yeah, the bumblebee ones, they are. I think I'd like to have a really colourful selection of them to sort of, you know, so to make it really sort of pretty. I'd like to have ideally something, you know, when you go to sort of a zoo or something and you go into the insect house, you know, they have sort of plants and sort of it's all misty and that kind of thing. I'd like to have something like that, something that's a real showpiece. Oh, so you got your first sling in November 2017 and now you got 45 days. Yeah, I started, when did I start? I started in January 2017 and it is, and before that I was terrified. I got my first tarantula to get over a fear, so yeah, but I think people don't understand how addictive they are. They're absolutely fascinating, and I love to watch them when they're just doing spider stuff. Like I love to watch them when they bulldoze, and it's just fascinating, absolutely fascinating. I love it. So we've kind of been on for a sort of about an hour, so I don't really want to hold on to you too much more than that. I just wanted to kind of share what I bought and also share details of what you're gonna get, because this is not for me, it's for you. So squashing them, more squashing them than right. Right, I have a sort of missing gap. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that because I need to show you this. So let me show you. They look like they're kissing. Oh, hold on. See if I can. That's a terrible camera angle. Yeah, that's not really working. They look like, oh, the lights and they look like they're kissing. Are they kissing or are they eating each other? What are they doing? Because they're the ones that were kind of nibbling on my finger, as if it was like, as if it was like nibbling at wood or something like that. I also need to get some calcium to put in with them, so I can't decide whether they're mating or one's eating the other. They don't eat each other, do they? I hope they're not eating each other. It doesn't look like it's trying to run away. So I'm not sure what's going on there. As I say, I hope it's not eating it. Oh, it's just pooped. Oh, so are they mating? Oh, that's adorable. Oh my God, look at that. They're mating. I'll have to check and see what the other ones are. Look at that. Oh, 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 oh. they cute or what? Oh, they're doing sexy time. That's lovely. So I'm going to have babies. I'm going to be a grandma. That's fantastic. Oh, yeah, they definitely pooped. Oh, the other ones are just hiding, the rainbow ones. Maybe they don't like each other. But they're very keen, the other ones. So when they made, and this is probably, I know I could probably just Google this, but because I'm fascinated now. So when they mate, do they lay eggs? Or I presume they lay eggs. And what do they look like? Do I need to dig them up? Do I need to put them somewhere safe? Or will they just find their own way? Because I wasn't sure whether they were fully grown. I thought that they might be bigger than that. But I don't know whether they still grow until they've matured or whether... Oh, it's adorable. They're so adorable. I definitely need more of those. Definitely. So, yes. So, I'll be sort of looking for more of those. I think I need to get some calcium. That's one thing I do need to get. And as I say, have a good mix of the substrate. I've got some sort of the rotted wood. Stick that in there. So I think they like to eat on that. And I can put some isopods. Can I put some hissing cockroaches in there? If I put a couple of them in, would they hurt them at all, or would they benefit them, or? Ah, right. Oh, that's exciting. I'll have to check out the other ones and see what they are now. I am a big softie. I can't help it. I just love them all. I really do. They're just adorable. Oh, and I don't know whether you've seen Tarantula Sam's video. Is it Tarantula? No, ignore me. Bug Realms. Sam, Bug Realms. The crab he's got. I so wish I'd got a crab. I'll tell you what, in that video when it was blowing bubbles, it was just like, oh, my heart was melting. It was just like I so want one of those. So next time, definitely next time. Oh, well, it was lovely for you to drop by Super Tarantula. Hopefully I'll catch up with you soon. But yeah, I'm so glad they're having sexy time. They're all curled up now in the bug gel. I think they've tired themselves out. They're gonna have a nap now. Oh. Okay, so as I say, oh, hi Danielle. I was just showing off what I got from you, which is the, I think you probably remember, which was the let me just stick your thing up for anybody else who watches the recording of it. I have filmed the unboxing, but I haven't shown it yet. But look, aren't they gorgeous? So I've got a couple of Dioclothellia diamantinensis, but I've not heard of these ones before. So yeah, see you later, Side X. So yeah, so I'm quite excited. I'm hoping that at least one of them's female. So so yeah, and they're both doing really well. So thank you very much for sorting that out for me. I really appreciate it. And as I say, the box, fantastic value. Really sort of you know what I mean, it can't be fault, you can't fault the sort of the price for it. So yeah, really great. So just to recap what I was talking about, for anybody who sort of just dropped in and kind of missed the exciting news. The exciting news is that I've got 5 tarantulas. So I'll just go over them again. So there is the Acanthoscurria geniculata, the giant white knee. There is the Brazilian black and white, the Nando colorato velocis. Please correct me if I'm not pronouncing this. The Brachypelme homori, which is the Mexican red knee. The Sasmi's tarantula, which is the Pterinopelma sasmi. I think that's right, Pterinopelma, yep, I think so. And lastly, the Brachypelme albiceps, the golden red rump. So all 5 of these tarantulas are going to go to one lucky person as a celebration of my 250 subscribers. So I'll be announcing the details next week when I share the rehousing of all these, and I'll be uploading the video of the mystery box from Portsmouth Tarantulas at some point next week. I've already recorded it. It's just I'll be doing it next week because this is a funny week with it being a bank holiday weekend. So all 5 of those have come courtesy of the Spider Shop. So they've very kindly donated them to for me to give them away to you. So yeah, so I think I might have to end them myself because I could quite fancy an albiceps and a and a Colorado velocis. So yeah, I don't know if I can sneak in an entry myself, but yeah, that wouldn't be fair, would it? So so yeah, okay, I think I'm probably going to call it a night because I've been on for an hour and a quarter now. Thanks to everybody who's sort of joined. Thank you to Portsmouth Tarantulas, to So Many Legs, who sold me the Cochiana brunipes and the Brazilian dwarf pink leg, the female one, which is the one that I think it was the last one they had. So I was really lucky to get that because at first I think they thought they'd sold it. And last but not least, the Spider Shop, for as I say, for that fantastic donation. Oh, what have I done there? Sorry, that fantastic donation for my 250 subscriber giveaway. And keep a lookout on my Instagram, on my Facebook page, and on Twitter, and I'll put all the details on there, so because I really don't want anyone to miss it. So again, to highlight, to make sure that if you want to enter and you want a chance to win, that you do not have your subscribers hidden, because the channels that you subscribe to hidden, because it won't pick up the detail. The software won't pick up that you've entered. Alright, thank you all very much for coming, and I hope to see you again soon. And thank you, and as I say, next year at the BTS I hope to get a chance to meet all of you and say hi, and yeah, have a chat and have a drink maybe if you're there the night before. Alright, you take care. Good night.